Welcome to this wonderful show. Greetings, Santa Maria, California. I am Edgar Von Gould, your host this evening with my little buddy Deadhead. Tonight's movie is going to be titled The Werewolf of Washington. If this is your first time viewing this and you don't know what's going on, basically this is a throwback to the good old days of the horror host world, where someone like me creepy character would sit in front of the TV and tell you about the movie, and you get little factoids and things like that. That's what I'm doing. And this is my little buddy. He's going to keep me company here. So tonight's movie is titled The Werewolf of Washington, and it's a great movie. And if you're watching it and you don't know his name, you'll be like, hey, that's that guy from Quantum Leap. That's Al from Quantum Leap. No, it's Dean Stockwell. He was in like hundreds of movies. This is his early work. This is from the 70s. This is a movie about him being a political figure who gets bit by a werewolf and turns into a werewolf and then causes mayhem and kind of silliness. It's really funny, but I always remember him from Captain Planet when he played Duke Nukem. There was more than one Duke Nukem. There's the Duke Nukem I know, which is the one from the video games, Duke Nukem 3D, and he runs around with the guns and he says all the catchphrases like, I can't say I'm on live TV. I can't repeat what Duke Nukem said the video game on live TV. I would get in trouble. But he's very much not safe for children. So if kids are watching, I'm sorry. I don't want this. You'll find out for yourself. Go out and get a 1990s PC and get a copy of Duke Nukem 3D and watch it and play it and see for yourself. You know, the other Duke Nukem was the one from Captain Planet and the Planeteers, which was a show that came out in the early 90s. It was an attempt to make environmentalists cool. It's a good idea. They tried. I mean, they had the Mother Earth guy who gave them magic rings, and they went out and they fought pollutionists and all these things. Anyway, I'm going off the trails again. I'm sorry. Anyway, let's get back to the movie. Right now, this is Dean Stockwell in Werewolf of Washington. Auf Wiedersehen.
That it could happen in America. That it could happen now. That it could ever happen to me. Jack Whittier is my name. Maybe you remember my byline. I was the youngest member of the Washington Press Corps, its fastest rising star. One of the best and brightest, as we used to say. Before so much blood passed under those pretty Potomac bridges. I was having an affair with the president's daughter, and I wanted out. Without hurting her feelings, or frankly, my career. So I had my paper reassign me to our bureau in Budapest. Somehow, the president heard I was banished for being too pro-administration. And he offered me a job which I couldn't refuse. Which is where the terrible events that were to destroy my career and my life begin.
A bar. It's silver. I found it in a little shop. I didn't think there were such things left.
What's it for?
You mean you don't know?
Honest to God, Giselle, I'll have you in Washington within 6 weeks. I'll get you a visa. I'll get you a job.
I don't want a job. A job with who? The FBI?
Stop it, Giselle. Now, will you come on?
Hey, fella. What do you think you're doing? You're trying to get somebody killed? You ran me right into the tree. What are you doing? I'm just standing here right in the middle of the road. Will you say something? What's the matter? Can't you speak English? Giselle, when you get back in the car, I gotta make it to the airport. I'm sorry, sir. I lost my temper. But my car won't start, and I have to catch a plane. It's very important. Do you know, is there a gas station around or someone that could help me? Hey. It won't start. Hey, mister! I really need help! How do you say help? Jackie! Come on. Jackie! Now, please, the only reason I'm asking you is because my car crashed because of him. Now, could you just give me a little help, please?
Σας παρακαλώ, φύγετε. Αν δεν φύγετε, θα βαζόξουμε και θα φύγουμε εμείς.
I'm going to this one.
If we want to leave, we leave.
They'll leave. We can't leave, goddammit! I told you my car is stuck.
Άψε Mark,
Stuck over there by the Mark! Listen! It's because of him. It's all his fault. He ran me off the road. What are you afraid of? You don't have to go anywhere. I'd be $1,500 million worth of aid every year. So, what are you looking at? Will you quit looking at yourself? Thank you. That's right. Oh, God, I wish I was religious. I swear a prayer right now. Hey! What's the matter? Hey! I want a second, will ya? There's got to be a house down that road where I can get a phone. Just wait for me here, Giselle. Leave the headlights on, okay? There. Over there? Yes, over there. Fine. Is it far? It's long ways?
Yes,
far.
it is far.
How far?
Not too much.
Oh, good. I can walk.
No, not tonight. Come in.
Do you know what time the departure schedule of the train?
Moon. Come in. Not tonight. Come
Thank
in.
you very much. I'm in a hurry.
Come in.
What are you afraid of? Giselle? Giselle?
And so it must have been a wolf. We could find no corpse.
Oh, come on. I killed a man, and I killed him with this thing.
You said it was an accident, my boy.
It was an accident. But are you going to just take my word for it? Aren't you going to detain me?
The inspector has offered us his car and the driver.
What's going on here? This country is crawling with bureaucrats. Where are they? Why aren't they here questioning us?
Jack, they are willing to let go us. Let go.
What are you trying to cover up? Is the White House behind us?
The what house?
The White House.
It's easy. You don't even know what are you saying.
Espirito, not busy.
What'd she say?
She says you are feverish because of the burn.
I'm afraid I must ask you to leave the area at once. I tell you again, no one has been reported missing. No corpse has been found. If you continue to make a nuisance of yourself, I shall have you locked up.
How come you speak English? Huh? That was your son that I killed, wasn't it?
Ne, pedim weekend.
Yes, that was your son.
And you don't even care that I killed him.
Vedem scoates. Stan litros. Iter na petaň na litos.
She says you didn't kill him. You released him. He needed to die. He longed to rest.
Because of the communists? Secret police?
Pedal. The pentagram.
Because of the sign of the pentagram.
Oh. The Pentagon is behind all of this.
The pentagram. The mark of the beast. See?
Oh, that's just a bunch of insanity.
Όταν σε δαγκώσει λυκάνθρωπος,
Whoever is bitten by a werewolf and lives becomes a werewolf himself.
Oh, bull. Find out who she's working for.
δεν σε δάγκωσε ο λυκάνθρωπος.
The wolf bit you, didn't he?
Yes, damn it.
Αυτό, να το θυμάσαι, να το φοράς πάντα κοντά στην καρδιά σου. Να θυμάσαι ένα.
Wear this charm over your heart always. And remember, a werewolf can only be killed with a silver bullet or a stick with a silver handle.
Ο Θεός να σε βοηθήσει.
Heaven help you, my son.
Jack.
The president wants to see you. He's in my bedroom.
Why, people are simply shiftless. They are. They just want something for nothing. Why, my family, we work for everything we have. And if you know that we have a deed from the King of England for our property in Maryland, and now, Lon, these jerks just want to come and they want to give it to the communists. Just give it. Isn't that right, Maurice? I mean, you agree with me, don't you, honey? Well, Lon, aren't you going to do something about it?
We're going to change the Constitution.
Oh, thank heaven. Well, I meant to say, you should rewrite it. And I think I have a few points I could do. I don't know where that man came from. You know, Maryland is my home state.
Good to see you, Jack.
Mr. President.
You're looking fine, just fine. Settle it any way you want, but just make sure it doesn't fall back on my lap or the Attorney General's. How's your flight, Jack?
I think Washington is going to be quite a come down in many ways. I'm going to have to sell my stock. What do you...
Even though you're my press aide, your job will deal mainly with the Justice Department. The Attorney General is just too honest for his own good. Need to help restore his image with the press. And also deal with the Captree nomination. Especially the Captree nomination. Have you met Mrs. Captree?
Doesn't matter. If Elliot loses the nomination, we'll just be mighty happy to stay home and make money, won't we, Don?
No, sir.
She's going to be a problem. How do you tell a man to dump his wife for the good of his country? Well, anyway, I want to restore some balance on the court. I mean, if there's a Southerner, we could give them a sense of belonging down there. God damn it, you know what I mean, Jack.
I think I do, sir, yes.
Now, that's all the speech I have for now. But we'll talk some more later. Have you seen Marion yet? I don't understand you young people.
She's seeing a nice young man nowadays. You should get to know him. He's a psychiatrist, a naval psychiatrist. I think you'd like him.
And Senator Barnes does not represent the people of Maryland. Hello there, Mr. President. You know, I was just telling the Attorney General here, that Senator Barnes, oh, he makes me so sick. I just can't stand it.
Mrs. Captree, I'm sure your husband doesn't even feel that strongly about it.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Jack, you see the kind of problems we have here. Judge, I want you to meet Jack Whittier, the new assistant press secretary.
How do you do?
Mrs. Captree.
Oh, is he the Jewish young man that you hired to muzzle me?
No, I'm afraid to find him.
Oh, well, you look smart.
I'm going to excuse myself now.
We sleep tight now, Mr. President.
Oh, Marion.
Hello, Jack.
My, that Marion's such a lovely girl. Did the Washington Times really send you to Siberia? And the truth to her, Mr. Whittier?
It was Hungary.
What?
Hungary?
Come on, Margie. I think it's time we left for home, too.
Oh, no, Elliot, honey. Well, why don't you run along like you always do? I'm sure this nice young man will see me home, won't you, honey?
Certainly. I think your father's a cross between Abraham Lincoln and Jesus Christ.
I'm engaged to be married, Jack.
Already? To that psychiatrist guy? Mrs. Captree, any friends ready?
Oh, I'm just starting a little more for the road. You know, anytime you have people marching in the streets, you're just catering to revolution. You know what my husband says? Well, my husband says many times that he actually prefers some of the Russian communists against the liberal colonists in this country. What's the matter with my hand?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, my goodness, my land, Jack. You're just a terrible fool, aren't you?
Marianne and I are leaving. I thought I'd come over and say good evening to you, Dad. Come on. Why don't you come in and talk to me sometime, Jack? We'll have a talk. All right, sure.
Now, where were we? Where were we? We were saying something about the...
I watched the damn thing myself. They didn't even have a station break. And this prejudiced, hostile critic is the commentator they put on right after the president's address about Captree. Well, I have the network's word. They're going to bury this guy someplace.
What do you mean?
Give him the axe. Drop him.
You're kidding.
No. The president is fed up with this guy's facial expressions and gestures. We've got some friends there. It's the other networks I'm worried about. Here. Take a look at the speech the vice president's going to read tomorrow night. We are going to war against the networks, Jack. We're going to win back the minds and hearts of the American people. And we have got to have Captree on that court to win the fight or we're in trouble. Hell, you understand. Hey, look, Jack, there's a line in there I have trouble with, something about the views of a small group. How does small strike you? That's a little soft. What would you call your compatriots of the press if you wanted to be a little more flashy?
Let's see. Well, at their worst, a coterie of impudent snobs. Or, no, I mean, really, I could find some...
Oh, that's great. We'll use it.
You're kidding.
No, it's just what we want. Look, the man told me to give you a draft of the speech and listen to your suggestions on it. Now I know why. I want you to spice it up a bit, huh?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't use that line that I just suggested.
Why not? That is exactly what we want. And not now. Yeah. My God. What's this country coming to? Mrs. Captree was just found dead. Guts ripped open.
Have you been? I guess I asked that last night.
Yeah, I guess you did. Gee, I haven't been in the White House in a long time.
Well, not everyone gets to see all of the White House, Jack.
I'm supposed to meet with your father.
It's really awful about Mrs. Crabtree, isn't it? And those shoes they found, that's weird.
Shoes. But Giselle, Marion, the president's waiting for me. I better not keep them.
Hasn't Judge Crabtree asked that his nomination be withdrawn because of this horrible tragedy?
Well, I've asked him not to make that request. Frankly, I don't want his name withdrawn. The current permissive trends continue in this country. I'm worried about national anarchy. Andrea, you and I, we don't see eye to eye about most things. Never asked for your support, and I've never received it. But if your paper could change its position, it would swing the nomination for him.
I'll think about it, Mr. President.
Good. I'm sorry to have kept you here so late. Oh, by the way, I've asked the FCC to act as quickly as possible upon that application, no matter what position you take. After all, I do owe you a favor. If you hadn't banished Jack here to Budapest, well, I wouldn't have a new assistant press secretary. Evening, darling.
Mr. President, we didn't banish Jack. I begged him to stay here, didn't I, Jack? He requested the transfer for personal reasons. And he's welcome to come back anytime.
Thank you.
Jack?
Oh, I'm sorry. I have to go, Mr. President. I'll see you tomorrow.
I'll leave with Jack.
No, I mean, I'll stay here with you, Mr. President. Oh.
Well, I'll think it over, Mr. President. I may surprise you.
Oh, thank you, Andrea.
Wow, isn't that spooky? Good night, Jack. The 60% off sale. Amazing! I was more interested in the signs than I was in thinking of like the fact that like this congresswoman type person is like walking by themselves through a parking lot in front of a store. Oh, it's a movie. Don't run and overthink it. Anyway. Oh man. What do you think, Daddyhead? I liked it. I liked it a lot. Yeah. I like this movie a lot. Yeah. Going back on this, it's like Dean Stockwell is one of those actors that I really enjoy because he could be in anything and like he could be anywhere and he just shines. He just comes out and he says like, "I'm Dean Stockwell. This is me. This is a movie and this is awesome." I like that. It's like what's it called? It's like Time something. I can't remember, but it's a movie. He plays part of a group of people that are like from the future and they're traveling through time in this massive time machine. It's like it's like an entire city that travels through time and is trying to find a way to escape these robots and the cyborg people. It's confusing, anyway. But this one I like I mean, what I like about this one is the fact that that's a subgenre that doesn't get a lot of play is werewolf movies. I mean, there's a few good ones from the beginning. There was stuff like The Wolfman with Universal Pictures and all that stuff. In the 80s, there was The Howling in the American Werewolf in London. You know, those were good. But the funny thing about The Howling, though, is when you think about that one, they didn't market it as a werewolf movie. They marketed it as a slasher movie because it came out around the time the slasher movies were really big. The Friday the 13th and Halloween and the New Year's Evil and Prom Night and all that stuff. So they had all those movies out there, and those were really popular, and they wanted to market that and said, like, hey, we're one of those. And then shocked you and said, boop, it's a werewolf movie. So it didn't do too well. It didn't got close to it, and then they got the sequels. There's 8 of them. 8 or 9 sequels to The Howling. It's amazing. I love franchises like that. Like they just keep making, like Children of the Corn, they just keep making them. Or Leprechaun and all this stuff. Sorry, I got a cold. But I'm still here, I'm still strong. Cujo? Yeah, Cujo could be a werewolf movie. It's a dog.
Sure, go ahead. Take a nap, Jack.
It's a dog that gets bit by a bat. So it's like a vampire werewolf movie. There you go. But Werewolf of Washington is like one of those movies that's like, it's very well underrated. I think it's really cool because it kind of combines the werewolf and like the political thing. So he's like a speechwriter, and he's trying to keep his job and keep his stuff together. He's trying to keep this terrible secret that he's a werewolf. And then spooky things happen. I don't know. I'm having fun watching this. I think this is a good movie. I hope you guys at home are enjoying it. Oh, there he goes. Arguing with the president. Arguing with the president. Oh no. Oh no. That head's cool. The body. So anyway, so yeah, Dean Stockwell is a good actor. I mean, like, I think maybe I've blah 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 enough. You guys probably want to get back to the movie and see what happens next. So without further BS, here is the return of Werewolf of Washington. Redesign.
Hello.
Oh, Joe, good to see you. Come in, come in.
I'm a murderer. I killed someone last night. Dr. Salmon, do you believe that a man can change into an animal?
An animal?
Have you ever heard of the mark of the beast?
What?
There's a curse on me. I was bitten by a wolf. Only it wasn't a wolf.
Only it wasn't a wolf.
It was a werewolf. And now when the full moon rises, I change into an animal with only one desire, the desire to kill.
Oh, Jack, really, a werewolf.
Well, what about my blackouts? And my scar? And my finger? And what about those shoes?
I think you're in trouble, Jack, but not the kind of trouble you think you're in.
What about my seeing the sign of a pentagram?
Well, sometimes we see our conflicts in terms of political symbols.
What's politics got to do with this?
Oh, what does the Pentagon have to do with it?
The pentagram. Gentlemen, the five-pointed star.
Here to order dinner now. I'll take a will.
Would you come to the bathroom with me?
Later, sir.
Please. Would you come with me to the bathroom?
Later.
Later, please.
Yes.
I want to show you something.
Here? It's on my chest. All right.
Jack, I want to talk about your symptoms now, but they're not very hard to explain. Now, you feel guilty because you were with both of these women when they were killed.
And you don't think that in itself is strange?
And you have the feeling that you could have done something to stop it, coupled with guilt feelings for having murderous... Well, look at this. Guilt feelings for having murderous wishes towards these women for evil reasons, for both of which you want to be punished.
Will you look at this?
So?
I saw this in the palm of each of my victims.
Jack, I want to help you.
Well, then lock me up.
Come over to the hospital tomorrow and we'll talk about it.
But someone's going to die tonight.
Will you two faggots shut up? Jack, I cannot help you unless you really want me to help you. Now remember what I told you.
Jack Whittier on the line for Cliff Mapes. Cliff? Jack, fine. Little favor. Look, who would I talk to over there to find out if someone from Budapest is a red dart? Maybe Chinese. Giselle. Frenick, Frennik. French Romanian, about 30. Correspondent for the Budapest House Organ. Jack Whittier. Hi, Angel. Dr. Salmon? Yes, I did. Now he has me thinking that whatever was bothering me was all in my mind. No, that's just between me and my analyst. Fitting all the pieces together now. I'm beginning to think that while I was in Budapest, I was brainwashed or something. Yeah, to cover up some political activities here. Assassinations. No. What? I just hope your Secret Service man never publishes a book. No, maybe you better not. Oh, God.
go through. Good idea. Let's go.
Oh, no, man, without you. You know, we want to make it. You know what I mean, don't you? Make it. Do it.
Capital steps. No, man, we really want to take the wall. Could you stay behind, you know, like 100 paces?
No, seriously, I want to make a phone call, Mr.
Murphy. Randy Murphy.
I'm going to go for a salad, okay?
Yeah, right.
Information? Yeah. Randy Murphy. He's somewhere in Georgetown, I think. Yeah. Right. Thank you.
Hello, Mrs. Murphy. This is the werewolf of Washington. I know just what you want.
Are the ends of it?
No. I left a message. He'll be back later, and I said that we called.
Yeah, well, you ready to go? Look, come on, let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, before I answer your questions, I would like to make a brief announcement. I have called this conference because of the mass hysteria and now tragedy surrounding a case that we're all very much aware of. Today, I'm pleased to announce the indictment of, secondly, the anarchist must be punished. And thirdly,
I think he's missing
we must have Crabtree on the Supreme Court. If he so threatens the people, they will stop at nothing. Questions?
Mr. President,
Yes.
Sir, is it true that the same black man you're holding for murder was himself brutally attacked last night?
No, I didn't point at you. I was pointing at her. Her.
Oh, he's...
Mr. President, the Vice President made a speech last night. I was wondering if you would comment
Yes,
on that.
I'm glad you asked that question. I would like to make one thing perfectly clear. The Vice President does not clear his speeches with me.
Is the conference over?
No. I just had to leave.
You know, I tried calling you last night after you hung up. Where were you?
Did you? Where was I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt, but that black kid died.
I don't care what it is you're going through, son. Commander Salmon assures me that your problems will not interfere with your job, and that's good enough for me.
But I don't think Dr. Salmon...
Now, wait, Jack, wait.
Look at that.
Jack.
Sir.
I don't care what this gypsy lady told you. Commander Salmon tells me that in your case, or let's say that in this case, the existence of a werewolf has not been verified. So how could you be a werewolf?
Well, sir...
Where's the ball? Where's the damn ball?
Sir...
Take off your shoes or get in the gutter. I'm going to let you in a little secret. Whether you know this or not, but I get frightened, too. I like you, Jack. I really do. You're like the son I never had. I see a lot of myself in you. I do. You're going places, Jack, and I like to be part of it. There it is. Coming up, Mr.
President, tonight, when the moon is full...
Oh, Jack, what's a night when the moon is full? Get out of yourself, boy. Just going through a crisis. I know about crisis. You're running for this one, you're running the rest of your life. Jack, where'd you go to school?
University of Chicago, sir.
Did you play any ball there?
Oh,
Just four-wall handball, sir. They didn't have varsity sports.
Oh, that's right. There's nothing wrong with four-wall handball. Oh, here, listen, I want you to take a ball. I want you to bowl a few frames for me. Go on, take a ball and get over the alley over there. Just pick it up and step over there. That's it. All right, Jack, I want you to watch this. You watching me, Jack?
Yes.
Watch me. There you go. Look at that shot. All right, Jack, you take a shot. Go ahead. Go ahead. Your turn. Go ahead. Take a shot. Voting vote for Senate. Let me have the man I want in the Supreme Court. Do you think I don't care about that? Do you? Take a position, Professor. Go on, get up the line there. That's it. Now, I can assure you that after the proper amount of time for testing and soul-searching, I'll strike out at my enemy swiftly and boldly. Maybe even tonight. Hey, boy. Jack, yes. Throw the ball. Throw the ball. No, not like that. Here. No, get down. Bend your knees. Bend your knees. Bend your knees. Bend your knees. Yes, that's it. That's it. Now rip the ball back, and when you get back, just let it zip down there. Right? That's it. Get the ball back there. All right. Get your knees down there. Now, when you get the ball back there, just let it whisk. Let it go. Okay. You think I run from the battle? I circumvent. Jack, will you throw the ball? Throw the ball down there.
Yes.
I would too. Shoot now. I'd be aiming on sheer recklessness. I'd miss the target completely. Now, son, only a few of us left in the boat now. We've got to stick together and strengthen one another. I believe in you, Jack. I want you to believe in me. I promise to stand by you in this crisis, Jack, if you promise me that you'll stand by yourself. Jack, you throw the ball, for Christ's sake.
I can't, sir.
Well, sure you can. Jack, just throw it.
No, I can't. I've been trying to tell you.
Jack, what kind of a man are you, anyway?
I've been trying to tell you, sir. The first thing happens, my fingers start to swell before the moon rises. And now my fingers are stuck in a ball. I can't get it off.
Jack, I have a meeting in the war room. Please.
I can't go.
Jack, look, Commander Salmon will be there. Everything will be fine.
I'm stuck in a ball.
Make a drop that ball.
It's a ball. Get out.
Nothing wrong with that ball. Nothing at all.
So these pilots load up their planes with bombs, fly them anywhere they want, drop them anywhere they want, without any authorization. They're so damn incorrigible. And then it drops in our lap. And we don't even hear about it until we read it in the paper. Well, I'm fed up with being a nice guy.
The entire country is talking about sex murders and wash and weird wolf. This is just what the papers have been waiting for. Did you see this article in this morning's Times? Articles like that are appearing in every newspaper in every city in the country.
Oh, I think we ought to crucify them.
The networks, they can't even control their own people anymore. That circus of hippies outside the White House is getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Well, now, wait a minute. I understand.
Congress is threatening you with impeachment proceedings.
You're confusing the issue entirely.
I am afraid of complete civil disorder. My recommendation is that we declare martial law, put a curfew on the whole city, and bring the Army in on this.
The Army? I think we should hold off on that. Gentlemen, I'd like to come directly to the point. I would like to be able to announce the withdrawal of all troops totally and immediately in Southeast Asia. But frankly, I'm afraid of the reaction from the lunatic right. General DeRocha, Admiral DeRocha, you are a politically astute tactician, well aware of the tensions on the home front.
What can I do to keep down casualties here and abroad while I speed up troop withdrawals?
Sir, if we can make just one last quick thrust into his sanctuaries, covered by a reactive, protracted reconnaissance. An active, radiative reconnaissance.
What did I miss?
Try to stay awake over there, Harry.
Yes. A protective, reactive reconnaissance. An active...
Okay, let's do it.
Oh, sir, don't you think we should notify Congress?
Notify Congress? What do you think, sir? Jack? No, goddamn it, let's just ignore them. Gentlemen, our credibility is at stake throughout the world. No, I will not be found wanting in this nuclear age. Just one more thing, gentlemen. About our plan to recognize Red China.
Oh, Mr. President!
Great kidder, isn't he?
Yeah, what time is it now? Yeah, time is it? Jack, what the hell time is it? Gentlemen, will you please excuse the boy? He hasn't been feeling too well recently. He's probably gone to the dispensary.
Why was the werewolf going to... I don't know. This is confusing me right now. It's just watching this thought just happen. It just... My brain is like... This hits like... I don't know what's going on. I don't know. So, like, the war room is right next to a giant factory. And why was there only one guard? And why does the werewolf have white fur? I thought werewolves had black fur. Is he a special type of wolf? Is it a gray wolf? From Transylvania, right? Or Romania? No, there's a lot of questions I have about this movie so far, and I just been here. I don't know. It's like, so why did his finger swell first? That was the interesting thing. So the younger kids watching this, if you're part of the millennial crowd, if you were born after 2000, and you're like a teenager right now, and you're watching this, and you're saying, what was that thing? Well, a long time ago, we had these things called payphones. And it was basically because The only phone you had at home was like probably one phone. It was usually in the kitchen with a long cord that your mom used, and she would talk on the phone while she ironed her clothes and yelled at the kids and stuff like that. And then eventually people got more phones, and now people have a phone attached to them at all times, and they're staring at it all the time like this. I do it, everybody does it, it's just something we do, I don't know. But there was a time when we didn't do that. We would read magazines or newspapers or stuff like that. Oh, this is when he wakes up and realizes what he did. This is a low quality movie, and this is a DVD. I'll have to see what VHS copy would look like. That's the thing, though. I think this was taken directly probably from the 35mm print in the original movie, so this was a little distorted, it's a little washed out. But that's cool nowadays. It's retro, and you dig it. We dig it. We dig the old look. Yeah. Now we try to do this stuff on purpose to make it look old, but the older stuff like this is amazing. It's cool. So getting back to phones, it amazes me that all the stuff you can do with your phone nowadays. That like before, when I was younger, growing up in the 80s and 90s, we had CD players, Walkmans, and then that's it. And then I didn't get a cell phone until about like 2003 or 4. And when I got it, it was like just like this brick thing like this, and then it was like I got free nights and weekends, so I could only call people after 9 o'clock. And now you got a TV, calculator, an MP3 player for music. You can stream stuff off of Netflix and Hulu and Shudder and all those different things. Yeah, there's an app for everything. The thing, though, is like I've noticed about apps, though, a lot of them don't work quite right. I noticed that about apps. So it's like everybody's like, "Oh, we got an app for that. We got an app for that." You don't need your bank card. We got an app for that. Oh, you don't need to buy tickets to go to the movies. We got an app for that. You're making things simple. You're making things more complicated because 10 years from now, people are not going to understand what the technology is. It's going to just like, we go backwards again. It's a cycle. We go back every 20 years. Boom. I'm guilty of it. We're all guilty of it. I admit it. I mean, I'm on my phone all the time. We all are. What do you think, Deadhead? I don't know. I think we should go back to the movie because we're rambling again.
Sorry about this.
I don't know what we're talking about. We're supposed to be talking about the movie Werewolf of Washington. And all you're doing is rambling about phones.
Marion?
Alright, I'll get back to the movie. It's going to be an exciting part coming up. Something's going to happen. Alright, the Wiedersehen.
Just go.
What's that?
It's a time-lapse camera, Jack. Presumably it'll go on during the transformation. If you are what you say you are, we owe it to science to make a record of it. Oh, and the president wants a copy for his new library.
Oh, Captain Salmon, would you turn on the television for me? I'd like to watch the president's address tonight.
Still angry over the
I have to leave soon, Jack, but I'll be back after the address is over.
Oh, I can't believe I have to go through another night of this agony. Captain Salmon, you see that cane? The cane right by the television set. Pick it up. Pick it up.
Redskin fans.
They're gonna hit me with it.
Hit me with it.
on the head. Kill me. I'm just a violent beast, and I'm better off dead. I'm better off dead.
Jack!
I'm better off dead.
Jack!
Kill me, will you?
Pull yourself together, Jack. Now, there's nothing to whimper about. I guess this station will do. He's going to be on all the stations. All right, Jack. I'll be back after the address.
God. Who did this to you, Jack?
No one did anything to me, Marion. Now, will you get out of here?
Are you insane? Who did this to you?
Marion, will you leave my chains alone?
Did you do this to yourself?
Oh, just leave them alone, Marion. God damn it. Will you get out of here? Out! Out!
Will you please stop barking at me? Now, please stop that nonsense.
It's not nonsense, Marion. Please, will you leave before anything happens to you?
No, I'm not going to leave. Of course not. In fact, I'm spending the night here.
What?
So that you can see this is all in your mind.
Oh, Marion, get the hell out of here!
Don't worry. I'll leave your chains on. What's that?
Marion, just next to the TV, there's a gun there. You see it? All right, it's loaded. Now, if anything happens to me, if I change, that's the only thing that can keep me from killing someone else.
Oh, Jack, stop it.
Marion, if you insist on staying here, you can at least do that for me. Keep it with you at all times. Now, you can do that for me, can't you, Marion? You can at least do that. Oh, don't answer.
Daddy.
Mr. President.
Jack, I know I gave you a few days off, but it's just that the press secretary is ill, and I need you there. I guess it's my most important address ever. I'm announcing an arms limitation agreement with the Chinese foreign minister, and I just don't want the public to think that it's a cover for the curfew I'm imposing upon Washington tonight. I just don't want to sound like a little boy who cried wolf. You know what I mean, Jack? What? Jack, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to insist. Yeah. Well, I've already sent a chopper over there to pick you up. Chopper. Helicopter. You know.
Mr. President, isn't that your helicopter over there?
They're all my helicopters, Jack.
Oh.
Hi, Charlie. How do you go?
Well, it's a special occasion, Mr. Prime Minister. It's the first time we've ever interrupted our nation's television broadcasting for an unannounced press conference. Isn't that right, Jack?
I understand it comes at a very good time. Is it true that everybody in Washington is afraid of a werewolf?
Werewolf? No, I haven't heard that story.
Oh, is that so? I read a report of it in one of the Hanoi papers. It sounded like a case of mass hysteria.
Well, it sounds like an amusing report, Mr. Prime Minister. Jack, would you look into that? Jack? A werewolf. Jack? I haven't read any of those Hanoi papers. Werewolf. Now, Mr. Former Prime Minister, sir, we will introduce you to the nation, and then I will come on next with an...
Hey, 这是什么？开玩笑这个，啊？赶他出去啊？
Mr. Prime Minister, no, we are going to introduce you first to the nation. Let's see, how...
我一点不懂你讲什么话，这是。
Let's see, how do you say that in Chinese? Wa Shen Cheer Sound. You'll be the grabber. You'll get the people, and then that'll raise a certain amount of speculation, Mr. Prime Minister, and then I'll come on, and that'll give the people what they've been waiting for. Do you understand? I come on, Mr. Prime Minister, you're not listening. Mr. Prime Minister. Wa Shen Cheer Chowny. Do you understand, Mr. Prime Minister?
I don't understand at all.
Then I come on, and then I'll...
I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about this. Hey, this is not the thing I want. I don't want him here.
What? Just leave Jack out of this now. You just talk to me for a moment. What I'm talking about, Mr. Prime Minister...
Let's talk about this first. I don't want to see him here.
Mr. Prime Minister, would you please pay attention here just a moment? Jack, will you pay attention too? God damn it!
赶他出去啊 Is this a joke? Or is it war?
No.
这不能这样讲玩笑的事情。
It's no joke, Mr. Prime Minister. No war, of course.
出去啊！赶他出去啊！
Jack, please just help me out here a little bit, will you? Wa Shen Sheer Sounding. Cheer Sounding. Sawning, you know. Sawning. Wa Shen Sheer Sawning.
我懂得 understand what you said,
Jack.
But I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I'll get it straight. Jack, would you just pay a little attention over here, Jack?
No, Jack! This is hijack! Hijack! Hijack!
No, there's no hijack, Mr. Prime Minister. No, the hijack. Wa Shen Sheer Shawnee. You'll go before the nation.
No more 介绍 I go! 你不要胡说八道，你不要乱来开玩笑啊！我不要他在这儿，我要去 I go!
No, don't get off here. No, don't get off here. We have to land, sir. Land. Jack, how do you say land? Jack, will you please try to pay some attention over here? Mr. Prime Minister, after we announce you... Jack, you're right. It is you. Let up! Jack. Now, boy. Down, Jack. No, don't shoot. Don't harm him at all. Jack. Down, Jack. This is your president talking to you. Now, sit, boy. Sit. Heel, Jack. Heel. Charlie. Charlie, get this plane out of this time. Charlie, get this thing out of
What, Jack? What are you? My God. Marion.
I just want to make one thing perfectly clear. What's that? Just Sony. Sonny. I said, just Sony.
Jack? Jack, is that you?
It was Whittier.
Oh, Jack!
Al,
Jack, I didn't know!
get Marion out of here.
Jack!
I don't want the press to know she's here.
Jack! 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 Jack!
Now, if this gets out... What gets out, General? He's changed back. Who's to say any of us saw what we saw?
An autopsy. We'll have an autopsy? No. My mind, it's playing tricks on me. Listen, we'll give him a hero's burial. He came between a sniper's bullet, and the president's daughter. We trace this gun, find out who the owner is. No, bury it with last year's nerve gas.
The president's going to be all right. He just has a little bite on the neck.
Thank God. Hal! Tell Marion her father's going to be all. Never mind. Well, you guys won't have Jack Whittier to kick around anymore.
My fellow Americans, this is your president speaking to you from the White House. First, I want to thank you for your letters and telegrams offering me your best wishes during my recent illness. Secondly, I know I can count on your support as I lash out against the enemies of America, both in the press as well as the Senate, Republicans as well as Democrats, white as well as black, who have circulated the vicious rumors holding members of my administration responsible for the recent and tragic deaths of just a few of my political opponents. At night, I roam the silent, empty corridors of this great house, wrestling with my conscience, and I've come to this conclusion. If I'm to prevent our enemies from destroying not me, but the very office of the presidency, I must have your support. And so
Wow, isn't that a creepy ending? The president, this is a great build-up for a sequel right here, but it never got made, was the idea of the president is a werewolf. Wouldn't that be awesome? Our president the werewolf, or our president the vampire in space. Using the old, like, Lon Chaney Jr. style from the Wolfman, the jump cuts and the dissolving of the fur patches going on all over the place. It was really cool. Nowadays they probably just use a digital thing or whatever and just like make a whole thing a cartoon. It's kind of cool going back to analog things. I dig it. Don't you dig it, dickhead? Yeah. How dare you? So anyway, that was Werewolf of Washington, a great movie with a great twist ending where the president is a werewolf. And they never made a sequel. They should have made a sequel. Didn't do too well. It's in public domain now, so you can do whatever you want with it. I saw back in 2012, some people actually took a cut of that movie and just redubbed the voices and made it into like a weird off-the-wall comedy. But anyway, we're going to roll out the evening with some Baby Boop cartoons. And I'll be back soon with some more crazy movies and something completely different. All over again. So, auf Wiedersehen. Good night. And God bless.
Hot cornet can go. Sound
hot and blue, but a hot cornet can, like Betty Boop can do. A saxophone can go playing all night through, but a saxophone can't, like Betty Boop can do. This little miss would never miss a chance for vocal tuning, and anytime and anywhere you can hear this lady crooning. An auto horn can go down the avenue, but an auto horn can, like Betty Boop can do. Made of pen and ink, she can win you with a wink. Ain't she cute? Sweet Betty.
Attention, please. Ladies and gentlemen, to the left, we have the largest suspender show, and to the right, we have the largest and the best. To the left, we have the holding there. To the right,